Hello everyone, and welcome to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I would say this is attempt number 2, 3. So, I think my settings are all the same as they should be. I think. Hopefully. Subtitles, map stuff. Sounds. Ah yes. Can't use music. Cause Star Wars. Use Star Wars music, Disney's going to claim that shit. Just like that. Like, or Star Wars Galactic Background series. That one's been claimed, I don't know, 3-4 times. First, SME, Sony Music Entertainment, went over the whole thing, claiming failures. Spamming my inbox, like, oh well, there's a copyright flag on this, there's a copyright flag on this, there's a copyright flag on this. It's like, okay. Because I had to do it each individually, practically. Some all in the one day, some the next day. Just claiming. Which guy's annoying. And then later, when Disney took over, then, what is it? The Disney has that UMG, the United Music Group or something like that. Then they had to claim everything. Right over. And then some third-party Japanese thing claimed everything over. Let alone the fact that Star Wars Jedi Academy, some of those videos are just blocked in all countries because of the music. Because, yeah, it's the reason why we had to do Star Wars The Old Republic with no music. Because Disney's a bitch when it comes to copyright claims. So we can't use any Star Wars music. Or they just get claimed. Just like that. Now, it wouldn't bother me too much, except for the fact that, you know, they do it over and over and over. Well, and the fact that sometime they might decide, hey, let's just full claim it and block them into every country. So that's why no music. Besides the cinematics, you can't actually see the cinematics in this. That's another problem we have. One of the reasons why I didn't I've debated doing Knights of the Republic. I don't know how many times. One of the main reasons I didn't want to do such is because I'll show you. You go over here to the movies, and for example, where is it? Let's just see this one, Tatooine Arrival. It plays a scene in a bink file. Which basically means it technically alts over to something besides the game. Then it alts back to the game. Thing is, FRAPS can't handle that, because FRAPS has to remain in the game. It can't record the bink file that's technically playing inside the game, but yet not inside the game. And because of that, you can't record it. So, practically all the movies, which there are a lot of movies in this, can't record them at all. And nothing you can really do about that. Except record something else that might work with those things, but might not, because it's just weird how they decide to do things. So we'll be doing this with lots of mods. Like, as you can see, Malk's already modded. We are not using the one mod that broke the game last time. Because here's the thing, I did try to record this once already. Hell, I got 10 parts in, I was on Dantooie. And that's when I broke everything. Because there was one mod I downloaded called, what was it? Lightsaber Forms and Forms? Because that's the thing from, like, Knights of the Republic 2. Where you get lightsaber forms and stuff. So I thought, hey, you know what, this would be an interesting mod. It broke everything. Like the powers didn't work. and they lagged you down to like 8 frames per second. Like, they record at like 30 frames, which you could record at 60 frames, but that would drain more space, but yeah. So it goes from like 30 frames down to 8, and that's pretty terrible. So it's like I finally got the things off, but the problem is I didn't realize that they actually had effects taken on me when I saved over it once I got things rid of. So we ended up having a defense rating of -23 with no armor. And with like +10 armor, we had -15. Wait, that doesn't even make sense. 23 to that with 10. Huh, modifiers. Huh. But still, yeah, like -15 defense rating. And there was no way I could fix it. Like, there's no stat I could just edit for defense. It completely screwed my character over. And the quick save and the autosave were all after I made those changes, so I couldn't fix it. My last backup save was basically, what, 13, 14, quite a few hours ago. It's basically all the way back at like the start of Terrace. Yeah. So I scrapped the whole playthrough. Pissed me off. But yeah, that's how our first attempt at Knights of the Old Republic went. Well, maybe not our first attempt. Or I don't even know how many other attempts I made before this when I was like, oh, let's record. Oh wait, the movies don't work. Anyway, so yeah, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It's basically Star Wars D&D. What that means is basically like if you've been paying attention to the Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale playthroughs, it's basically like that, except for it uses a very modified rule set. But if you look closely to things, you can tell it's similar, because Bioware is still using those systems in this. So here's the thing. So let's explain how things work. Okay, so Scoundrels are basically stuck with light armor. They start with light armor. They get points in sneak attack and other stuff. But they're basically not ideal for us, because stealth and stuff, yeah, no. Because your starting class isn't really going to matter once you become a Jedi. Spoilers, you become a Jedi. Spoilers, you start dual classing. And I'm going to have to bitch about that once we're a Jedi. Because, you know, I'm not exactly a fan of dual classing. Especially, it's not terrible in this, but we'll get into that probably 10 videos from now. Anyway, so, Scout, I like Scout. I also like Soldier. Soldier starts with full points in the hit armor, power attack, power blast, decent stuff. Soldier would be an ideal class for us, especially with how we're going. However, we're going Scout. Because Scout gets points in implants, and just gets 3 points in implants. So you don't have to put points into that. They also have probably well, I'll show you why I'd prefer Scout over Soldier. So firstly, we'll just go right here. Portrait doesn't matter right now. Attributes don't matter at the moment. Oh, fine, whatever. Attributes don't matter at the moment. Skills. This is why I don't like the Soldier. Okay, so Soldier has Demolitions as a class skill, which you sort of need. Problem with Soldier though is they don't get nearly enough skill points. Scout probably gets the best skill points. Scout is sort of in between, but they don't get nearly enough skill points. They also don't get persuade. Yeah, they get demolitions, awareness, entry, injury. Demolitions is useful. Awareness is somewhat useful. It helps you notice the mines that you need to use demolitions on, so they complement each other. But yeah, thing is, you don't get class points in computer use, repair, or security, which is a bit of a problem because you need repair, you need security, you need computer use. That's why I sort of hate the skill system in this, because there's so many things you need. Like, you need demolitions, you need computer use, you need repair, you need security. Problem is, at the start of the game, you don't have enough points to really manage all of that. The game's a bit lenient, but there will be situations where you're going to need people for those. So anyway, let's go here to scout. Oh, I already chose the head I was going to use. Isn't that great? The portrait. This here is an altered version of one that's... Let's see, what else do I have? Yeah. Could use that. The mode head one. But I'm probably gonna go with this. Probably gonna go with this. Anyway, attributes. So here's the thing. I'll go over this probably again once we reach Jedi class, but for example, dexterity is one of those things you don't really need that much of, unless you're going shooty. Cause yeah, as modifiers to your range attack rolls, increases the character's defense rating. It makes you harder to hit at least. But at the same time, you're going to need, if you're going like, say, melee, you should probably go strength. And once you become a Jedi, lightsabers, you should probably still have points in strength for your lightsaber, unless you're going to be back range Jedi counselor, or if you're going to be a Jedi with a gun, because that's a thing you could do. But yeah. And Constitution, we sadly don't have enough of. No, I'm gonna modify the stats, like... Definitely gonna modify the stats, because we don't have nearly enough of. And they become more expensive the higher. Okay. So yeah, that's... It's not terrible. But it's better for a ranged character. Because once you become a Jedi, usually you're going to go lightsaber, and that means your death's no longer that good. All the points you put into blasters, well, what's that, you're putting them into lightsabers now. But anyway, so Constitution's your, you know, health and resiliency. Intelligence. Adds modifiers to the number of points a character has to spend on essential skills. So intelligence isn't terrible, and wisdom's not bad, because wisdom adds modifiers to Jedi force points, and force power saving throws, which you're going to need later on. The force points of Jedi with high wisdom are also much harder to resist, which you're going to need later on. Problem though is, at the moment, it's practically useless for you. Though you don't really need it at the moment, but you're going to need it later on. So yeah. Also charisma. It's very important to all the Jedi classes. It's also essential to persuasive darker, so you're going to need those. And the problem is the game doesn't give you nearly enough points to manage any of that. Because, like, the game wants you to be the main character, so it wants you to have high persuasion. The game's gonna make you a Jedi, so you need high willpower. And since you're probably gonna use a lightsaber, you need high strength. And since you're the main character, you probably need high constitution. And intelligence helps too, so it's like, yeah, we don't have nearly enough points for any of that. See, look, we have 16 points here compared to 4. I know, right? Compared to 4. Okay, so retreat entry is also a scout skill. Security, sadly, security is the one thing that isn't really a scout skill. Like, you have demolitions, you have computer use, you have awareness, I guess persuade isn't, you have repel. There's repel, computer use, demolitions, and awareness. You have all these skills. Except for security, and persuade, and stealth. But stealth, we're not going to care about stealth. Computer use though, demo, security, repel. Alright. Not to get annoyed. Now, we're well rounded. Definitely gonna edit that later though. Okay, so here's the thing. They start us off with light proficiency, medium proficiency. Flurry, implant level 1, rapid shot. Here's the thing. Normally I would take that. 2 weapon fighting is also valid. Power attack's also decent. Putting points into melee weapons, not bad either. So at the moment I'm going to do this. I'm going to edit some feeds and add them once we get started. Also random names. Sadly we can't have anything great like, you know, Sweaty Hong. So we're just going to be balls. Yeah. So we're going to edit our stats because we have 10 HP. We need to fix that. Definitely need to fix that. Cameras real time ability commanding pods using the pause button to give orders to your party members. So hero. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Stuff that you can't see. Because the Star Wars space crawling text. Sadly you can't see it. But I'll sum it up once it catches up. The Knights of the Old Republic. 4,000 years before the rise of the Galactic Empire, the Republic verges on collapse. Darth Maul, classified apprentice of the Dark Light Revan, has unleashed an invincible Sith Armada upon an unsuspecting galaxy. So basically shit's bad. Now then, now that we're actually in the game.
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
So who the fuck are you?
I'm Trask Ulgo, ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up. We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive.
Yeah, I'm okay. Good.
You swore an oath to protect Bastila when you signed up with this mission, just like everyone else in the crew. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I know she may not have an official rank in the fleet, but she's the one in charge of this mission, and it's our duty to protect her. I heard what everyone's saying about you. You've explored the farthest reaches of the galaxy. You visited planets I've never even heard of. People with your skills and abilities are hard to find. It's no wonder the Republic recruited you for this mission. But now's the time to prove yourself. I know you're a scout and not a soldier, but Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack.
Okay, fine.
So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
Dress's whole purpose here is to be tutorial NPC. That's his whole purpose. So now then. Now is where we make... Oh yeah, we don't even have my old saves because we reinstalled everything. Time to make our first save. Anyway. Hoping my keys are right. F5 to quick save, right? Yes. Okay. Just had to make sure. Anyway, I'll be right back. I gotta modify shit. Okay, and we're back. So, now then. Few things to go over. We'll get to that in a bit. So I edited our stats. So we have 19 strength. Dropped it, because I'm not going to be focusing much on guns. 18 constitution, because... I mean, you see my Baldur's Gate playthroughs. I like having all my characters at 18 constitution, because it gives them a decent amount of HP. Minus the fact that, you know, classes each have their own set amount of HP that they gain per level, but still it gives them a decent amount of HP that they can then level off of. Then it kept them from, you know, getting fatigued every other turn. Except for Icewind Dale. In Icewind Dale they kept getting fatigued a lot, more than Baldur's Gate for some reason. Oh well. Let's see. We have Travel Intelligence, because Intelligence isn't Wisdom. We have 18 Wisdom because it'll be useful once we're a Jedi, and we should have it in advance. And we have 18 Charisma, because we're the main character. We sort of have to talk to people, which means we still have to talk to a lot of people, which means we probably need Charisma to persuade. So yeah. And then we have our skills. So I put everything except stealth and I put everything besides stealth at 5, which were for bonuses and most things. Yeah, those ones get set. They're not covered by, you know, wisdom or charisma. But yeah. So I put 5 in most of our stats. Just so we don't have to worry about them for a while. Because the game will make us have to worry about them. Because the first time we did this, I didn't probably put stat points in demolitions. And then I found mines. And it's like, oh well, there's literally nothing I could do about the mine. I can't even shoot the mine. It's either you walk up and take damage from the mine, or you just leave the thing alone. It's like, well, that was stupid. Or you could come back later with a character who has demolitions. So yeah. I figure it's better for us to have, you know, these skills than not to have these skills. As for feats, let's see, I gave ourselves a point into weapon fighting, armor proficiency heavy, and a point in toughness. Oh, and I matched our weapon specialization melee weapons, because we can't do that normally unless we're a soldier. But yeah. So we already put a point in heavy attacking. Flurry. Thought about putting points to caution or Galehead, but now we can do that on our own. Now for the fun part. The stuff we added to our inventory. So, this is Eric's Sage's battle armor. It's heavy. Gives us a defense bonus of 9, master death rate bonus of +1, damage resist code, fire sonic, and it's upgradable. This is probably what we're going to be wielding for the majority of the game. Well, at least until we were Jedi. Might have to change things because Jedi have this whole thing where their armor is, well, you need robes to be able to cast spells because Force is restricted by armor. It's tedious. But now then, weapons. So, we could have the Deltamore sword. Which, let's show off weapons, shall we? Deltamore sword. It's hell, it's one of the swords I used in Guild Wars 1 for a while. So I got my tormented potato pillar. Because it really looks like a potato pillar. This here's a code slicer. It's almost like a katana, but no, it's not a katana. I could have had a katana, but I replaced like the default weapon, so I decided not to. This here's the code slicer. Oh yeah, by the way, bonuses, code, makes sense. Bonuses, physical. Bounce, by the way, means there's less of a penalty if used in the offhand. What's the timeout? I'll tell you. That's oof. What's upgradable? How much for the upgrade? This one's only partially upgradable. Silence, sure.
You can move the mouse to the edges of the screen. To move, you can...
Trask. I hate so much at times. Yeah, days cover. It's a thing. God, do I have to do this? I have to literally sort through. Sometimes the weapons bug out and they become duplicates. And you have to do this. We have to literally click on all of them. But I don't think it's working. Yeah, okay, so it's gonna become confusing anyway. Sort of apocalypse. That's not how you spell apocalypse. Bonus, physical acid, paralyzed chance, strength. I don't know what that is. Death plus 10. That's entirely too overpowered. I mean, you don't need that much debt. Also, debts with a sword. Yeah, yeah. Wind of Death, Acid, Sonic, fully upgradable. It's not bad. It's not bad. Anyway, time to get to my swords. This here's the Ceremony Warrior Blade. I don't use it though. This here's the Warrior Blade of Light. It's a bit short. I don't use it. This here's the Warrior Blade of Darkness. It's not bad. It's a good second choice. Also gives you 40 charisma. Pretty much all these give you charisma. But here is my sword. The Warrior Blade of the sword we'll be using pretty much until we get a lightsaber. Never mind the lightsabers we already have. Because those are things. Oh I forgot something. I forgot the fucking magenta lightsabers. Yeah, but I forgot the fucking magenta lightsabers. Oh well, we can get those later. But pink is good. So anyway, yeah. We also have, where is it? The Bakura War Axe. The thing. Damage doesn't look right. I don't think it's calculated properly. Also gives you bonuses if it's not upgradable, but gives bonuses to power attack. Also the Bakura Ceremonial Axe. It's also not calculated.
You can move them to move.
Trust
You can.
You asshole. But yeah. It's not modifiable. But it is a very pretty axe, isn't it? Sadly, I don't really use it. There's also blaster pistols, which require weapon focus. These are Jango Fett's blaster pistols, which we'll probably use for characters with ranged weapons. Less so the scatter pistols. Also T-21 light repeating blasters and 11 blaster rifles. Now some lightsabers that I'm probably not going to use. But anyway, back to our swords. Because we'll be using, once it calculates the stats properly, we'll be using these for pretty much the majority of the first part of the game. By the way, here's the problem with these things. Watch. See, you can technically dual wield them, even though they're technically two-handed melee weapons. You could technically dual wield them. I know, right? Wait, should I have an oh, it's in the pot, right? So here's the thing. Then we have headgear. Like Blood sunglasses. Oh, by the way, we have a lot of charisma. But Blood sunglasses. But don't tell. Shit, I clicked the top off of the screen. That's not good. But yeah. We could use those. We could also use the cowboy hat, which gives us power depth.
You can move them to move. You can left.
I don't know if our look this actually would work, but no. The hat's a bit too wide for my taste. We could go Santa hat. You could totally go Santa hat. Persuade. And not, of course not usable by Wookiees. Wookiees don't get to use armor or hats. But yeah, we have a Santa hat. Which is fitting for us, but technically. Then we have, now, that hat, not used by Wookiees for good reason. Defense bonus +5 against rain, defense bonus +8 against rain. Sun penalties is travel against wind. Attribute bonus +10 charm. Does that actually give us +10 charm? No, it doesn't. But it's still probably gonna be using this hat. Well, it comes down to between the sunglasses. It's good, we're gonna use the sunglasses. This is gonna be a sunglass playthrough and not a hat playthrough. Last time was a hat playthrough, but yeah. There are some actual good headgear that we probably could use later on, but we'll probably not because, I mean, sunglasses. And then all of our stuff we had, because we has crystal, cyan, orange, pink, silver, viridian, just in case I want those. And my weapons and all that. Yay. But anyway, footlocker.
You can move them to move toward. You can.
I'm already looting the footlocker. You asshole. Sometimes as well. So we get a cardio package implant, which gives us 1 to our constitution. Not terrible. Yeah, I forgot we didn't have to up my charisma because my weapons would provide all the charisma I need. And I forgot about that. So yeah, the game wants you to wear clothing. Yeah, I know.
Okay, we should.
So anyway, trash.
Because of the attack, this.
You need to. Oh, I'm skipping too fast, ain't I? But yeah, tutorial. Because of the attack, this room was locked down. But don't worry, I've got the override code. You have to use me to unlock the door. So you switch
What?
to task. He opens the door.
Now that the door's open, you better take the lead again.
Okay, then it switches you back to you. So here's the thing. Trask just has cloaking. Well, we could give him scatter pistols, but that's a bad idea. I'll just give him another blast pistol. You know what, Trask? You get a cowboy hat. No, you don't get a hat. No, you don't get a hat. No. Yours has a lot more health than us, but then again, he is level 3. We're just level 1. And a scout. He's a soldier. Which means his stats are also pretty well rounded. I mean, 14 strength, 14 dex, 12 constitution, 12 intelligence, 14 wisdom. Like, honestly, they should remove... My opinion, should have been 14 constitution, 12 wisdom. But oh well. He's also expecting conditioning, toughness, dueling. Dueling, I forgot about that. So he'd be better with just one pistol. Oh well.
What?
So anyway, I'm gonna make one little change because I forgot my fucking magenta crystal. So yeah, be right back again. Okay, this time we should have such. Where is it? 3. Okay, magenta crystals and magenta lightsabers. But here's the thing, for some reason the magenta crystal is made to be a bit overpowered. Like it does, in comparison, it does more damage. Critical threat. That modifier +2. And it has regeneration force points, 1, light, bonus feature master toughness, bonus feat force focus, bonus feat improved force focus. Don't know why it gives you master toughness. Force focus, by the way, is Jedi Council power, so yeah. And of course it's an upgradable lightsaber. So I'll probably be using magenta lightsabers later on. But anyway, as for now,
This is Carthel Nassi. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
I think I forgot to download the right Karth one. I was going to download the one that made him actually look like he had his right colors, but oh well. I guess I forgot to do that. Oh well. Doesn't matter once we get him an outfit anyway. How you doing, droid? Your droids make goofy noises.
That door's locked, and I don't have the codes to open it. You'll have to use your security skill on it if we want to get past.
Okay. So by the way, if you didn't have your security skill, Trask at least has some security. Just in
Sure.
case.
No problem. Got it.
Oh
Ah! These Sith must be the advanced boarding party! For the Republic!
Yes, and the pausing. You know, I always did sort of like the classic Republic outfit, the vintage one, compared to Star Wars The Republic's. Because Star Wars The Republic was basically clone trooper armor versus basically modified clone trooper armor for the Republic, and then modified stormtrooper armor for Sith Empire. It's pretty much how it was with clone troopers versus stormtroopers, practically, in terms of armor between them. But anyway, so stiff soldiers. Boop. So we can repower stuff in advance. Zeb tries to do things. If we really want to. But we do fine. And then we go boop. Oh, remember to loot things. You gotta loot them things. Just making sure. Sometimes it's hard to see the remains until the body fades. I know we could use a frag grenade, but they're pointless at this point. So we're just gonna power tank. And overpower. I think go offhand was missing. Also there's some short swords and some long swords. Yeah. I'm trying to see the remains. Make sure I'm looting everything properly. More frag grenades. Frag grenades are basically our fireballs of the game. And you can throw a grenade at a target, does area damage, which means, hey, probably shouldn't have melee characters running in then we can throw grenades. One thing I hate in this though, is the fact it doesn't tell you if you've already looted something. It tells you once you loot it, the container's empty, but it doesn't say empty on things. So you can easily make the mistake of, you know, running up to something and be like, oh, well, I'm going to look at this. Maybe I didn't loot this. And then it's And that was an example of that whole grenade during our damage. As demonstrated. Like for example, you could select this unit hill. No. We could throw a grenade at him. Throw a couple grenades at him. Oops, I meant to throw a couple grenades at this one. So yeah, we could go yeet. Yeah, problem though is if they move, like, hard using multiple grenades against melee characters. And get in the way. Well, that's unfortunate. That droid went through. No, do I want more? We're going to need more parts than that. We're going to need so many parts in this. Less so compared to spikes, but mostly parts. There were so many of them. But yeah, if you throw a grenade at a melee character, chances are he's going to run away from the location that the grenade was thrown unless you do it before they're aggroed. So yeah, technically a character that could stealth and use demolitions isn't the worst idea, because you could sneak up and plant mines. There's mines. And so grenades and stealth and all that. Besides the sneak attacks. Not the worst idea. But I hear noises. Noises that don't sound like vibroblades.
It's a dark Jedi! This fight is too much for us! We better stay back! All we do is get in the way! That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, they could have used her help!
You know, just conveniently explode so we don't get her help. For example, we could throw an frag grenade now.
We can't let them take the ship!
By the way, she has a vibration cell. Vibration cells are weapon modifications. We probably won't use many of them because the majority of my melee weapons aren't modifiable. So the new pack I downloaded is. But the majority of the weapons I use aren't modifiable, sadly. Oh, hi. Power taps. And what's your name? So that's probably
Die, Sith scum! We can't let them take the ship! Bastila is not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
Oh no. Whatever shall we do about that? Well, what should we be doing? More blaster pistols. I may have to cheat my funds later at one point. Or maybe I'll just cheat the parts in comparison, because we'll need so damn many of those. It's almost like as bad as needing Omni-Gel and Mass Effect. Oh, so by the way, you have enough experience to level up. You must level up before you pass through the door. Okay. Trash didn't even tell me that. The game apparently had to take over and say, what are you doing? You should level up. Why haven't you leveled up? So you level up and you gain more HP. And skills. Yay, skills. So here's the problem though. Since I put my skills up a bit too high, we can't actually level them up. Because they're higher than our level, so we can't put points in them. Like for example, these skills here that are 2 points. Cross-class skills can have a maximum skill rank of 2. Current level plus 3 out of 2. So basically we'd have to be like level 5, and then we have to be basically like level 8, I think, over it. Maybe. We'd have to be at least over it by like at least 1 or 2 levels. So yeah, probably level 8 to be able to increase our persuade or security more. We could increase our stealth, but yeah, we're just gonna save them. 'Cause I accidentally put my too many points in. Probably shouldn't put points to cheat entry. Forgot about that. Okay. So we need to wait for level 4 before we can get what I want. So in the meantime, probably gonna get go ahead. Maybe conditioning, maybe empathy, lesser caution, but definitely gonna get go ahead. From those as a scout, we don't gain nearly as much feats as a soldier, sadly. Which will be a problem later on. That's why we gave ourselves some of those feats early on.
There's something behind here.
Oh,
Damn, another Dark Jedi! I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
Why did you switch to sword? But Trask, it's about your time. You need to escape. You should probably escape. Just now leaving here either. Oh no, we should run away. And Trask gets spotted and Spire's
This is Carthel Nassi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Bastila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods.
Yay, Carf. Carf has to be one of the... Carf is probably one of my least favorite characters. But yet he's one of my most memorable characters. Like, I am mid-spirit to Carf. Like, I use him a lot in this compared to most people that I should use. But at the same time, I just like Carf. Like, I like him, but yeah, I dislike him at the same time. Also, by the way, our sword spirit is kicking in, and this is gonna be a fun thing. Happens more often than it should, with NPCs running. But yeah. But did you even have loot? No, we didn't. Sorry, just making sure. But yeah. You don't know why I dislike Carf? He's the prime example of the problem with Bioware's NPC dialogue. Like, it's not bad in like some of the later things. Like, for example, Mass Effect. You can literally get away with not talking to your crew. You can literally get away with that. Sure, just I don't know why you would do that, but you could not talk to anyone, and the game's fine with it. Mass Effect 2 and all that. I think Dragon Age though. I think Dragon Age did the KOTOR thing, where it was like, oh, well, your companion wants to talk to you. Less so in Inquisition. Well, they did say, hey, this person wants to talk, but you didn't have to talk to them. You didn't have to pick up loyalty missions. You didn't have to do any of that. Knights of the Old Republic, though. Oh, you're gonna get used to this rapidly. They have the system where basically, every so often, if you haven't talked to your companion in a while, the game basically says, hey, they want to talk to you. And you wanna know, the fun part is, Carf he doesn't want to tell you about his past. The game's like, you have to talk to him though. And Carf just constantly is like, I don't want to talk about that. But the game literally turns and it forces you to basically pry into Carf's mind to learn all his secrets and past and all that. You know, it's like, let him have his own story. He doesn't need to tell us everything. It's his life now. Doesn't really matter to us. But no, Bioware literally is like, you have to know everything about him. Every few minutes, we're going to force you to learn more about him. Anyway, sorry. It's just... Oh, well, we have flurry equipped now instead of power attack. Well, in a second.
Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
I'm pretty sure move from there to there. Anyway. Sorry, it's like I'm pretty sure I spaced out a lot of this stuff when I originally did it, but at the moment, everything's just hitting me at once, so it's like I'm trying to focus on one thing, but everything's hit. But yeah, it's just so much going on at once in my mind. So anyway, for example, okay, so flurry is, well, you suffer negative 40 defense while using this feat. At later levels, you don't suffer as bad of negatives to your defense. I'm pretty sure flurry wasn't what was breaking my defense thing. Power attack. It does add plus 5 damage to the net's attack, but a negative 3 to hit, so you could easily miss. Easily miss. Power attack, I like it, but actually hitting with it is a pain. It's footlock to protect repair spikes, yep, and parts. Okay, so since we have both skills, we can literally do both of them. Now my problem though is, damn does it doesn't. If it doesn't, you can't level 7 and still using a shit ton of things. Like for example, that takes 4. That's like all of our computer spikes. Just to go boop. Still it's still one of my favorite things about Knights of the Republic though. Hacking in this is so satisfying. Like, it's so satisfying. Reactivating droids though, I'm less impressed with. Because for example, you can engage the droid shields. Or you could just repel and engage in patrol. You don't need to put the shields on, but you do want to activate it because it gives you more SP. Not sure if it gives you more SP if you activate shields or not. It might, but that is also more for repel parts. Because that's the problem with repelling, is it's a lot of, well, optimize the droid's weaponry, there's repel parts. Optimize its shields, there's repel parts. Optimize its targeting parameters, there's repel parts. And then engage in patrol mode, more repel parts. Well, compare spikes, well, it just depends what all you're doing. Like if you're opening a door, it's easy. If you're blowing something up, a bit more. But if you're like taking over a whole base with switch between this camera, blowing something up in that room, switch to another camera, blowing something in another room, downloading the map schematics and opening all the doors and disabling turrets, then it gets a bit costly on compared to spikes. Anyway,
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below.
Yep, didn't install the right outfit. Oh well.
I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last 2 crew members left on the Endar Spire. Bastila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on! There'll be time for questions later.
Boop. This is the last escape pod and your only hope of survival. Yeah, you can just step away from the escape pod. But you should probably use the escape pod. I'm sure the droid over there will be fine. Oh, and by the way, cutscenes that you can't see, sadly. But yeah, you basically escape an escape pod, the Endar Spire blows up. Escape pod crashes down on the upper level of Taurus. And then this. We search around. That car was supposed to say something, hell.
Whoa, hold
There
on.
we go.
Don't try and
There
get up
we
yet.
go.
You were smashed up pretty bad when we crash landed here on Terrace. Don't worry, we should be safe
Yeah,
here in this
restored
apartment.
content mod.
I gave you something to help you sleep. Just get some rest and let the KOTOR packs do their job.
And then we have a dream sequence about whole Dark Jedi, Bastila fighting a Dark Jedi. I think that's what we have, though.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever
Things
going to
were
wake up.
scripted,
I'm Karth,
but oh well.
one of the Republic soldiers from the
Can't
Endar
see it
Spire.
anyway.
I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember?
Yeah, we could say it was like a vision or something, but yeah. But anyway. Right, Boris, by the way, how did we go?
Well, you've been slipping in and out of
Everyone
consciousness for a couple of
help.
days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things, but try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. You were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone.
So we're just gonna wait here for the repo to rescue us?
Terrace is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit. But it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
And most of her needs is basically the same 4 to 5 sequences repeated over and over and over for the entire game. So why is it so important?
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan,
Yeah, but why is
Malik's
she so
Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Terrace. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
But anyway, but why is she so important?
Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive.
Well, she's a Jedi, she can probably look after herself.
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malik's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us. And if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So if Bastila's gonna escape Terrace, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers.
If it means getting off this planet, I guess I can help you find Bastila. Wait, no, what's in this for me if I help you?
You mean besides a chance to get off this planet before the Sith find you? Do you have any idea what the Sith do to prisoners of war?
Well, if you want my help, you better make it worth my while.
Oh, I get it. Never mind that the Sith will destroy the Republic and ravage the galaxy. You're only in this for the credits. Don't worry, the Republic pays its mercenaries well. You help me find Bastila, and they'll make it more than worth your while, I'm sure. Plus, it might be your only chance to get off Terrace.
Though I'm going to have to be a lot more evil in this compared to Baldur's Gate. Like, Baldur's Gate, I was just tame evil. Like, I was like... Mostly because the rep system pisses me off, like... There aren't really that many quests that you can really do that are evil. The ones that are evil, though, are basically just like, oh, well... Suddenly you're instantly hated and all the guards in the world are going to come and murder you. Like... But the quests are like, oh, well, go kill this person. And then you lose all your rep, and then... Flaming Fists come out and are like... I am the law. And then that's how you know you're dead. Because you end up with like almost negative rep, and then you can't go anywhere without Flaming Fists just popping out everywhere. And that was the main reason why I kept between like 10 and 15, usually in rep for Baldur's Gate, so I didn't have that bullshit happening. Now, Star Wars: The Knights of the Republic, it don't give no shits. You're either good or you're evil. That's pretty much all it is. Most evil choices in this, though, are, unlike Star Wars: The Old Republic, most evil choices in this are you being a dick. Most evil choices in Star Wars: The Old Republic were, well, you're still being a dick, but you're not being like, you know, wholesale murdering an entire village dick. But you're still being a dick. This is more, you can't really do that because that would take too much effort to murder a whole village, but still there are situations where it's like, yeah, it feels a bit bad to do that, but at the same time, I do need the dark side point, so anyway, guess we can go help find
Good.
Bastila.
We're gonna need to work together if we're gonna survive. While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there
Yeah, we don't
unprepared,
want
and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
Well, it's gonna have to edit car stats. Questions?
I'll tell you whatever I can, though I don't know how much help it'll be.
What do you know about Malik and the
Everything
Sith?
I know about Malik is pretty much common knowledge. He escaped the trap that killed Darth Revan, his Sith master. With Revan's death, Malik became the new Dark Lord. It's obvious that Malik's a ruthless tyrant who'll crush anyone who stands in his way, just like Revan was. Experience has shown that the Sith won't stop until the Republic lies in ruins. Malik and his Sith don't respect anything except raw, brutal power. It's hard to imagine how someone who used to be a Jedi could become such a monster.
Also, one thing to remember while playing this is don't think too much about the connection of Revan and Star Wars: The Republic. It's best not to think too much about that. Just try not to. I probably am, though, because I overthink things. But yeah, it's best not to think about. Anyway. Duh, Jedi, what do you mean?
Malik and Revan were once both part of the Jedi Order, but they were young and headstrong, and against the wishes of the Council, they went to battle the Mandalorians on the Outer Rim. Something happened out there. Something corrupted them and drew them over to the dark side.
Even Malik
Or maybe there was
5.
something rotten inside them all along. I don't know.
Malik.
They formed an army of ex-Republic
the whole
soldiers
Sith
and Jedi who'd fallen to the dark side, with Revan at their head,
Andromeda.
until Revan was killed by Bastila's Jedi strike team. But even that didn't slow the Sith down. Malik just stepped in and assumed Revan's role. He took control of the Sith Armada and resumed the bloody conquest of the Outer Worlds. How can you say that? The Sith are butchers. Soldiers, civilians, I mean, they don't care who they kill, even children. Right now, the Republic is the only thing keeping Malik's brutal fist from crushing the entire galaxy. And it won't be long until even the Republic falls to the Sith fleet. I'll tell you whatever. Taris was once a magnificent planet-wide metropolis of towering skyscrapers. But that was a long time ago. The upper city where the rich citizens live is still pretty safe. If it wasn't for the Sith occupation and the planet-wide quarantine, it might not even be a bad place to live. But farther down, things have degenerated. The lower city is nothing but a slum overrun by swoop bike gangs, waging a never-ending war for control. And the undercity is... well, it's even worse. The lowest level of Terrace is a wasteland overrun by rat ghouls, mindless, diseased mutants that attack on sight. I've already entered all this info into your datapad journal.
Well, there you go. Oh, so tell me about yourself.
I understand why you want to know more about me. I kind of get the feeling we'll be spending a lot of time together over the next
Something
while.
like that.
But this isn't really the best time for long introductions. We should stay focused on the task at hand. There'll be a time for that later.
You say that, but yeah. This is what Bioware does in this. They do a lot of this whole, There'll be time for that later. 5 minutes later. Oh, you should probably talk to Kosh. Yeah. Anyway, let's go.
Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity.
Yeah.
But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
I'm a scout. So, by the way, repair spikes, parts, workbench. So where is actually upgrade? I thought I had fully upgradable weapons. Did I not? Oh, I have lightsabers. I have ranged. So I don't have anything for ranged. My armor. I'm sorry, I upgrade this so I get defense bonus 3, immunity to crits, and immunity to mind affecting. Jeez, this armor's pretty great. I have to wear it for the entire game. Prototype 5 for break, which you could put that on, but yeah. Huh. I could have sworn some of my weapons, melee weapons were upgradable. Not this. But like this one. Fully upgradable. Days cutter. Well, okay, that I can't use 5 or so anyway. But this one. No, okay. Well, some of them said they were upgradable. See, fully upgradable. Huh. Weird. Oh, so wait, can I actually equip? I can't equip Karf yet. Well, that means I have to do this. Since this is the first time you're going out, you should take Karf with you. Yay, Karf.
Right, you alien scum. Everybody get up against the wall. This is a raid. That's how we Sith deal with smart-mouth aliens. Now the rest of you get up against the wall before I lose my temper again. What's this? Humans hiding out with aliens? They're Republic fugitives! Attack!
Well, that's just a... Well, you just made it quite an assumption, though. But anyway.
Slimo! Tiska du sukikumba na bona na kachu. Agtoin kotu. Toka da bunkwalya gando naga chuchut. Kabachi kuita hodonga. Yala mo inkatu. Kuyami jusku na chitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hodonga chihonkabi.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna search for this.
Jawana bota ayua tahonga chakanki dora. Kachi kuita hodonga. Topa da bunkwalya gando do naga chuchut. Muksha papangpa. Bola wana chikne. Uba batu konchi. Tom non bon shang nung.
Oh, should we level it up? Yay. Don't wait. Now, let's level up. Well, we could actually put points to things. Isn't that great? Repair use. Demolitions. Not stealth. Awareness. Can't put points to persuade. Repel. Can't put points into that. So put points to that. And save the rest. Feats. What to put points into for feats? No. No. Conditioning. Empathy. Empathy, why not? Alright, so car stats. So Car's stats are, I mean, he has decent stats. Show your constitution for a soldier. Strength. Well, he's not using melee. Intelligence. Charisma. But anyway, so Carf. Firstly, here's a combat suit for you, Carf. Secondly, that comes with his own custom blaster, which is upgradable. It's not terrible, but Jango Fett's blasters. His card also comes with, where is it? No, yeah, he comes with what? Awareness and treat injury. And point repair. And, well, point repair and point security. But yeah, not really the best for him. Good points of demo for him. But yeah, he comes with improved 2-weapon fighting. Because he is level 4. He also has heavy armor proficiency because he's a soldier. Power blast. And he is specialized in blaster pistol. You should probably not have him do anything but blaster pistol. It is ideal for him. By the way, we need to go edit some of his stats. And we'll continue in the next video. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all. And oh, right. So I'm going to complain about this a lot. So the majority of armor comes with track pants for some reason. Like the majority of armor is a tracksuit. Just a tracksuit with like a vest over it. That's how armor is in this game. Mostly just tracksuits with vests. Heavy armor is more like this, what we're wielding. But yeah. Frickin' fast. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank you, and have a nice day.